Look, there's Kung Fu Panda 2. Kung Fu Panda 2 premiered in Cannes, and there was this moment when Angelina Jolie said, well, yeah, hey, it deals with a lot of really heavy issues. And then there was an interview just this morning on the television with Jack Black. He went, yeah, well, we've really matured in Kung Fu Panda 2. I think it's really, hit a level. And it was reminded of that thing from Spinal Tap. Remember when they said, yeah, our first album was just infantile, but with songs like Sex Farm, we're taking a serious subject and putting it on a farm. And it's that kind of... So the story is, the Jack Black character he's got to wrestle with a number of things. One of them is the fact that he's adopted, which he should have noticed because his dad's a goose. And but the other one is that he's got a new enemy to face. Here's a clip.
Are you familiar with the master of Gongmen City?
Master Thundering Rhino?
Yes.
Son of legendary Flying Rhino?
Yes.
And slayer of the 10,000 serpents in the Valley of Woe?
He's dead.
Whoa.
That's impossible.
Rhino's horn defense is impervious to any technique.
It was no technique. Lord Chen has created a weapon, one that breathes fire and spits metal. Unless he is stopped, this could be the end of Kung Fu.
But I just got Kung Fu!
And now you must save it. Go! Destroy this weapon and bring Lord Chen to justice!
Okay, here we go! Here we go! Whoa! Wait a second. How can I do this? I mean, how can Kung Fu stop something that stops Kung Fu?
Remember, Dragon Warrior, anything is possible when you have inner peace.
Now, our audience here looking somewhat baffled because they can't hear it. But...
Okay, but the end of that game was a lot of Jack Black. Oh, Jack Black, Jack Black, Jack Black, Black. And then in the end, you must find inner peace. Yeah. And the whole thing with Kung Fu Panda 2, and this is the problem, I think the makers think it's the strength, is that it is, on some level, about the search for inner peace. Now, what I want from Kung Fu Panda is more gags. I want, more knockabout slapstick fun. I mean, the background detail is lavishly done, and I was sitting there watching it, and James King from Radio 1 was sitting in front of me, formerly from Radio 1, was sitting in front of me, and I think we were both thinking the same thing, which is, gosh, there's an awful lot of very, very clever stuff going on screen. Why is it not moving forward faster? Why does it feel like it's dragging? Why aren't I laughing? Why am I feeling that this is actually attempting to be a grown-up Kung Fu Panda movie when in the end it is Kung Fu Panda? I mean, admittedly, from Jack Black's point of view, I don't know when any of you went to see Gulliver's Travels, but I mean, Gulliver's Travels was really, really hard work. And I mean, I think Jack Black is a very funny comedian. He has not done his best work recently. So from his point of view, I think it is a step up. But, I mean, you went to see it, and I think you enjoyed it more than I did. My feeling was Kung Fu Panda was fine, but joke over by the end of it. As far as Kung Fu Panda 2 is concerned, it's full of people telling you that they've moved up to the next level of maturity. And I'm not sure that that's what I want from Kung Fu Panda.
Well, I didn't see the first one.
Oh,
so this was the first one for me, and I thought...
Do you want the plot of the first one? He's a panda, he learns Kung Fu.
Yeah, and he's fat, and then he gets slightly less fat.
But he's still Jack Black.
So I hadn't seen it, so I went to see it.
Yeah.
And I laughed 12 times.
Did you? Oh, well, there we go.
And laughed 12 times out loud.
Okay, well, clearly you have got a bigger funny bone than I have. I wanted more laughter. Like that Woody Allen thing, divorce on the grounds of insufficient laughter. I wanted more laughter. But the background detail is beautiful, very much like Rio. And if you end up watching the background detail, it's like if somebody goes to see a film and they come out afterwards, you say, what was it like? They go, the cinematography was beautiful. That means they were bored. If you notice that the cinematography was beautiful, that's what people say about Heaven's Gate, right? Heaven's Gate is beautiful. Of course it's beautiful. It cost $50 million and was all shot at Magic Hour. It doesn't mean it's interesting.
Yeah, but when you've been to see really, really rubbish animation, for the last 3 or 4 months, it was a breath of fresh air. I think it's the funniest animation I've seen this year.
Okay, did you think that, as Angelina said, it dealt with some really heavy issues?
No.
Didn't you?
Not. No, I thought it was funny.
Oh, there's a heavy thing going on, that the panda's been adopted by a goose.
No, I thought fine. It was funnier than the Easter Bunny film, and it was better than Rio.
Yeah, no, that is true. I think it's on a par with Rio. It is definitely funnier than the Easter Bunny film. The Easter Bunny film was horrible.
Has a piece of music in a film ever moved you to tears? You cry at everything.
Well, funnily enough, when they were playing Mysteries of Love from Blue Velvet, I did tear up a little bit because, I mean, the story of that, for me, is that during that sequence when Laura Dern's character is doing this speech about the robins coming down and the robins being love, and the way that everyone interpreted Blue Velvet, myself included when I first saw it, was that sequence was meant to be ironic and corny and somehow tongue-in-cheek and parodic. And the first time I saw Blue Velvet, I hated the film. Second time I saw it, I loved it. And I remember I interviewed David Lynch once, and I said the whole point about that sequence, surely, when she talks about the robins coming down and the robins filling everywhere with love, is that it's not ironic. And David Lynch went, yeah, that's the point. The whole thing is, it's beautiful. It's
talks like Woody
beautiful.
Allen.
He does talk like that. He goes, when people are together in a moment of love, they say things that are corny and sound weird, but in fact they're beautiful. And whenever I hear Mysteries of Love, I hear David Lynch doing that, and I start to tear up.
Thank heavens we don't.